Hi, it's Catherine, and I'm coming to you today with the start of a new series. And that's part of the reason it's been a while since I've been doing anything, because I've been working on some new things. And the start of that, you may have seen, I've been posting a little bit about the big lie. What's the biggest lie you've ever been told? That you were born bad. That you were born with something inherently wrong with you. And I have come to believe that that is the root, in the end, of core beliefs of unworthiness and unlovability that so many of us carry around, that end up showing themselves in our lives as fear, anxiety, sadness, and anger. So I want to offer you a series that I'm going to call Freeing Yourself from the Prison of Your Own Mind, right? Escaping the Big Lie, right? Because you've been taught that something's wrong with you. And whether that's you were taught that by society, by culture, by religion, whatever it is, you can unlearn these things that you've been taught by experience. You know, we've had bad experiences maybe, but I think the fact that you were taught from the beginning, culturally, because I don't even think you have to be involved in any particular religion to have caught on to this idea, right? That if you believe that there's something wrong, inherently wrong with you, that you were born bad, if that is a pervasive belief in the world, then many of us are caught up in that. And then you begin to see things through the lens of I am bad. So when bad things happen to you, what do you think? You think you deserve it. And when good things happen to you, what do you think? That you don't deserve it. Because you're not worthy of good things. Because you only deserve bad things because you started off bad, right? But let's think for a minute. You were not born bad or sad or fearful or angry or anxious. Babies are inherently joyful creatures. We talk all the time in the therapy world about, and even in the spiritual world, about, finding and nurturing your inner child. Well, why do we do that? Because the child is innocent and joyful. Because the child has not yet taken on that lesson that they're not worthy of good things, that people are going to judge them and find them lacking, that bad things are going to happen to them and they should be anxious and fearful about that, or that they're not worthy of good things or love and they should be sad about that, or that people are going to do them wrong and they should be angry about that. They don't have that, right? So what do? That's what I want to do. I want to help you work through this. I want to help you unlearn these things that you've learned. Because what happens is we've learned these things, we take them on, and then we kind of make them ours, right? And they become ingrained in us, right? This belief system becomes ingrained in us and then begins to come out as fear, anxiety, anger, sadness, right? So the first thing we have to do is identify what's your flavor, what's your prison bar look like, right? Fear, anger, sadness, anxiety. And then from there, once you've gained a little bit of awareness, once you identify the thoughts that you have and the core beliefs that you have, that you're unworthy, that bad things always happen to you, that because you don't deserve love or good things, that you're not good enough, all of that stuff that we've been taught. Once you begin to listen to the things that you say to yourself, which you would never say to a child, most of you, I hope, you perpetuate the lie that you've been told by continuing to tell yourself these things that you've learned, right? And when bad things happen to you, like I said before, you see that through the lens of I deserve that, right? And so then you make it more true, right? So then it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. So let's change that. Let's stop that. Let's make a new self-fulfilling prophecy where good things happen to us and where we do deserve good things and we deserve love, right? Because we do. Because we are all actually inherently joyful, good creatures who just want to love and be loved. But when that gets thwarted, it becomes all kinds of things, right? It becomes competition and it becomes us climbing over each other and hoarding, and it becomes us not trusting other people, not trusting the world around us or the universe to deliver good things for us, or not believing in our own abilities, not thinking that we're capable of doing things. And I want to help you unlearn those patterns, just while I'm working on myself too. Okay? Because I haven't fixed this completely either. You know, I'm aware of it and I'm watching it. So identifying and becoming aware, that's the first piece. All right? How do you do that? So the first thing to do is to start figuring out when you feel fearful, anxious, angry, or sad. Is there one predominant one for you? And when you fall into those feelings, when you feel particularly sad, when you feel particularly anxious, when you feel particularly angry or triggered, and when you feel particularly fearful, I want you to pay attention. And particularly, I want you to pay attention to what you're saying to yourself. What are the words that you are using? What are you saying to yourself? That's the first step. So I'm going to ask you to start doing that. Pay attention to what you say to yourself when you find yourself angry, anxious, fearful, or sad. Okay? And it's helpful to write these things down. So if you want to start a journal, freeing yourself from the prison of your own mind, escaping the big lie, start a journal. And the first thing you're going to do is start identifying what your major flavors are, and what you say to yourself when you find yourself in those places. Also, what are the things that trigger that in you, right? Is it particular situations, other people? What is it? So do that, and then I will come back to you with what we're going to do with it, right? How we're going to work our way through it. Because you can do this. You can unlearn this. You don't have to believe this anymore. You are a beautiful, joyful creature who deserves love and happiness and good things, right? So, until next time, that's what I have. Love you. Bye.